All right, Coach. Saturday was a long day, but you came out with the victory to improve to 2-0 in the MAC. Just kind of take us through what was an epic long day for the Broncos, but it ended up on a winning note.
Big win for the Broncos on a wild day, a wild afternoon, and a wild night, all combined in one. Um, I was so proud. Don't know if I've ever been more proud of a team and really an organization, how we all came together, really overcome adversity. Our team fought back from a 17-point deficit. We've battled hell there in the second quarter, and then lightning delay, which lasted 5 hours and 5 minutes. I got to give a couple of shout outs here. Our players, did an excellent job staying ready and prepared for the moment. Really took advantage of their moment. To come back and win that game, but also, our strength staff, our operations staff, Jonathan Check, our nutritionist, Katie Rowland, our strength staff, G2 and his group, Kyle Schiller kept the players healthy and ready during that group, our equipment guy, Connor Coker. There were a lot of hands, also the university administration between facility management and public safety. I want to thank everybody involved. It took all of us to really stay ready for that, and it was a long time to wait, but it paid off for us in the end. It paid off for a Broncos win. And I think a lot of people forget what goes on during a lightning delay and how much teamwork it takes to stay ready and keep the facilities ready, keep everything ready to go. But was really proud of everybody in the organization for that. It was a group effort, and it was great for the Broncos to get a win. I think our team did a nice job battling adversity. Like we talked about, started out 17-0. Did not start the way that we wanted to, but to battle back the way that they did and really, have the grit to respond, the mental toughness to overcome, and really, turned into a team game. Really, the difference in this game was the turnovers. Akron had 4 turnovers. We had 0. We took advantage of every single one of those turnovers and scored points on every single one of those turnovers, and that ultimately became the difference in the game. We talk all the time about taking care of the football on offense and then on defense, taking the ball away. Our team did an excellent job of that, and in this game, it proved to be the difference. And really, I thought, our coaches did an excellent job making sure that our players were prepared. We had great adjustments, 1 coming out of halftime, but then 2 coming out of the lightning delay. I thought we were the team that was most prepared, most ready, brought the most energy, and really finished the game out. And so for us to have a long day at the office, but come out with a win. It was a wild day. A lot of things that I saw on the same day that I haven't seen in 17 years of coaching, but really proud of our coaches, our staff, our support staff, and our administration, how we handle it. I want to thank everybody who showed up. Our crowd was excellent. Again, I talk all the time about our fans at Waldo. We had an excellent crowd. The day started out beautiful. It turned out to produce hail and a 5-hour lightning delay. But there were fans who came back into the game, back into the stadium after that lightning delay. Whether they waited it out or whether they went home and came back, I don't know, but they were there in the stands when we came back out. And I tell you what, there weren't many fans that were there, but the ones that were there, I want to say thank you. You guys did an excellent job, helped create some energy and momentum there that we needed to come out and finish the game. And I just thought it was a testament to the type of fans that we have, the faithful, the loyal fans that we have, the faithful Broncos that show up and show out every single Saturday that we're home. But it really produced an environment. And then when we won, they were there high-fiving and yelling and creating a pretty cool scene for our players there at the end to sing the fight song and celebrate a win. So it took all of us to get that win. We're 2-0 in the MAC. Excellent job by all that were involved. And now we've got a really tough opponent in Buffalo. They are 4-2. They are 2-0 in the MAC, led by Coach Pete Lembo, who has done an excellent job. I know Coach Lembo. He's been a head coach before and has done it at a very high level. He has his team playing at a very high level, and they are 2-0. They have beaten Toledo and Northern Illinois, 2 of the best teams in this league. And so I think that's about all our players needed to hear. Once you watch the tape, you realize they're a really good football team on both sides of the football. They're very sound. They are not going to beat themselves. They are really a carbon copy of who we are as a football team. I mean, they want to run the football and they want to stop the run. And they're going to be built in the trenches. This game is going to be about toughness and about execution. It'll be a great test for our football team, and I think our players were excited about that challenge this morning as we had the first bit of preparation today in practice.
Coach Jalen Buckley had 7 carries on Saturday. Do you see his workload picking up here as he moves away from this injury that he had that sidelined him for a month?
Jalen Buckley's plan has been to kind of increase each week as he goes. You know, he had 7 carries for 103 yards. I thought he did an excellent job. He maximized his carries. He made some yards after contact there. He made some big runs, made a big run there, you know, after the lightning delay, really to put us up 10 late in the game, put us up 2 scores, which was huge. He will continue to increase. He's continuing to get healthy as we go. We really wanted to manage his reps early on as he came back from the injury. Really, you know, he has asked for more as we've gone. We wanted to make sure, you know, our trainers and doctors and myself really wanted to make sure that, you know, we took care of him where he was prepared to go the length of the season and not have a setback more than anything.
You didn't have Sambucci last week, and Kavion Mack stepped in there and played pretty well. How do you see his development after he's rejoined the team?
Kavion Mack was a guy that, you know, I talked about to our team in the locker room. I mean, I gave my attaboy and really just praised his performance. You know, he got his first career touchdown as a Bronco. You know, Kavion was a guy who, when I got here, was on scholarship. You know, we had high hopes for him, really thought that he was going to be a really good player for us. Academically, he did not do what he needed to in the classroom. Was not part of our team last fall due to academics. But really, here's where I'm proud of him. He and his parents really did an excellent job buckling down in the classroom, staying focused on what they needed to do to get him eligible, you know, from a academic standpoint, and getting him in great academic standing. He worked his tail off last fall. He came to me last spring and said, Coach, you know, I'm in great academic standing. I've improved my grades. I would like to walk onto the team. And I think it was just a testament to, one, you know, his love for this place, you know, Western Michigan, his love for the brothers in the locker room. He's very close to, you know, Damari Roberson and a bunch of guys in that locker room. And then I think his belief in what we're building. He wanted to be a part of what we're building here. And I tell you, it's been a great success story. You don't see many guys that overcome that, you know, adversity off the field or in the classroom and be able to come back and want to come back from that. And so, you know, I praised him in the locker room. I think he's a guy that I'm so proud of, and really just, you know, an example to us all how you overcome adversity. And no matter what it is, on or off the field, in life, that's what happens. And how do you overcome, you know, how you respond to it. I talk about that every single week I stand up here. But, you know, it's not what happens to you in life, but it's how you overcome it and respond to it that really determines whether you're going to be successful or not. Kavion is a great example of that. I mean, I could stand up here and talk about him all day just because I'm so proud of him. I mean, but that just doesn't happen much. I mean, I don't think people realize, I mean, for him to have done what he's done in the classroom, to walk on and then be, you know, a huge part of what we're doing here, and have his first career touchdown and be a huge, you know, making a huge impact on the field, I couldn't be more proud of him.
When you look at Coach, again, just that perseverance through that 5-hour delay, what were you guys kind of doing in that locker room? What were guys doing to just kind of keep themselves focused? You guys as coaches trying to talk to them, keep them in that mindset. What was sort of going on in that environment just to be ready to come out and finish strong?
Yeah, 5-hour delay for me. I'm trying to not go crazy. You know, it's just you get on edge and ready to go, ready to finish the game. No, I thought our player, you know, we actually had a plan last year in the Iowa game. We had a slight weather delay, and we talked about it as a staff. You know, we had a weather delay protocol that we put together as a staff in terms of what we would do, what the protocol would be for players, for coaches, you know, for our nutrition staff, strength staff. And, you know, I thought our staff executed it beautifully. You know, they really put it into place. You really don't have a plan for a 5-hour delay. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we all plan for, you know, short delays. Hey, is it going to be 45 minutes? Is it going to be an hour and a half? I mean, those things you can overcome. I thought our players did a nice job. One of the things that we did was, you know, we came in, we let them take off their pads, you know, especially their shoulder pads and helmet, and really just relax. You know, they were playing tic-tac-toe. They were, you know, watching some of the other games. They were listening to music, really just got off of their feet. And I feel like because of the extended delay, that helped them them relax, really take the edge off a little bit so that they could ramp back up. You know, when you're on edge and, you know, the adrenaline's going and, you know, all of those things, the juices are flowing, if we would have tried to keep them up for 5 hours, they would have been exhausted. They would have crashed. And I don't think we would have gotten as much out of them. I think because we allowed them to, you know, really relax and get off their feet and get their mind away from football, what it did was it allowed them to be able to juice back up. Our nutrition staff did an excellent job. You know, we ordered Jimmy John's, Katie Rowlands in the weight room making waffles. She's making smoothies and shakes. She's making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, just trying to keep them hydrated and, you know, the nutrition part of it, you know, because obviously you don't want them to eat a heavy meal at that point. Then it slows you down when you go back out, but you also don't want them to eat nothing because then they have no energy or fuel to burn when they go back out. So I thought that they did an excellent job really making sure that they had the right amount of food, the right amount of calories and nutrition. And then us as a staff, we took a little bit of time to really take and talk about what we wanted, you know, the adjustments that we wanted to make. I got with the offensive staff, got with the defensive staff separately, and just made a couple of, you know, slight adjustments. Didn't want to change the whole game plan, but we did want to give ourselves an advantage, or, you know, give ourselves, you know, an opportunity when we came back out to make some adjustments. And I thought our coaches did a nice job. So everybody was really kind of working pretty diligently during the break, and really chomping at the bit to get back out there, but also used the break wisely, which I think, you know, showed up when we got back out there.
When you look at the start to the game, I know you mentioned it, you know, you guys fell behind 17-0, and I know early in the second half, Akron also scored quick to tie the game back up. Just for this team to take another team's best punch and be able to respond, just what it says about, you know, being able to kind of regroup and get back to the game plan and come out on top, just what you really saw from your group there.
That is a great question. And one of the things that I think we've all got to credit this team with is this team is finding ways to win games. Last year, we found ways to lose games. And I think that the switch has turned in terms of, you know, last year we were just trying to figure it out. And unfortunately, we didn't know how to win yet. And we found ways to lose games last year. When you look at the Toledo game, we were up 2 scores against Toledo. We found ways to hurt ourselves and beat ourselves and lose that game. You know, against Miami of Ohio at home, we had chances to win that game, but instead we found ways to lose it. Ohio, you know, we had opportunities to win that game, and we lose a 3-point game because we found ways to lose it there at the end. I mean, in the last 2 weeks at Ball State and against Akron, this team has found ways to win games, and I don't think enough credit is given to that because, you know, that's hard to do, especially in this league and especially where we've come from. And so I'm super proud of the guys. I hope that continues because teams that I've been on, you know, when you finally figure out how to win, then you believe you can win. And when there's a belief, there's something different and there's something special brewing right now in that locker room. I mean, the way that we came out and practiced today was just a different energy. I can't even explain it really, but just it's almost like the light bulb has come on for them. There's a different energy. I think that they see, you know, it's kind of been that aha moment for them where that light bulb came on and, oh, we can win games in the fourth quarter. Oh, we can come back and win games. We can find different ways to win games instead of finding different ways to lose games, even though we fought adversity in both of them. Neither one of them were perfect, and we made mistakes, but we found ways to overcome those mistakes, and we found a way to win. And I think those things are hard to do. I think that that's going to go a long way in the second half of this season, and as we continue to build this team. And we're a long way from perfect. We've got to coach better. It starts with me. We've got to coach better, and we've got to play better. We've got to execute at a higher level. There's no doubt about that. We addressed that immediately after the game. We've addressed that yesterday, you know, or Sunday as we came in and put the game to bed. There are things that we have to do better, or else we are going to get ourselves, it will cost us games. But I also think that there's something to finding a way to win, and that belief in each other and that belief that we are going to win, that there's something special there.
And then you mentioned the turnovers, obviously a huge factor, but something of it, beyond that is, guys not sitting there and saying, oh, look, there's a loose ball. It's just the number of guys diving to loose balls. I know Bilal Kone had one where he got it, right before it rolled out of bounds. Just how the defense has really just excelled in that in year two for you here of really trying to be advantageous of ripping the ball away from the other teams.
That's a great observation by you, and one that I pointed out to our team. I mean, when you look at the punt fumble recovery. I mean, it was a bomb punt by Ryan Milmore. I mean, just a great punt that, he bombed. And that allowed it, to hang in the air. Josh Franklin, is flying down on coverage, does an excellent job. And just our guys all swarming towards the ball. Josh, makes the hit when it bounces off of his pads. And, we recovered in the end zone there for a touchdown. And then the other one that you're mentioning, Damari does a great job punching the ball out, which created the turnover. And then Bilal, continuing to hustle. The effort plays, play into the whistle really showed up. I mean, because we were continuing to play to the whistle, and BK made a play right there that normally, I don't know if he would have made that play earlier in the season. I don't know if he would have made that play last year, but the way that he hustled to the ball there is what we talk about, playing from the snap of the ball to the end of the whistle.
Coach, thanks as always for your time. Good luck Saturday at Buffalo.
Thanks. Go Broncos.